forget spikes and grudges and concentrate. Come, let us sit and try to relate. Because now, more than ever, we must show discipline, tolerance, and production to build a strong and better nation. I say that is the main foundation. So come, let us work hand in hand, because this is our land. Come, my brother, come, my sister, and let us build a nation together. Oh, yeah, yeah. Oh, yeah, Remember, the key to success is working hard.
Remember, the key to success is working hard. But I want to insert here working smart. You have to not only work hard, but you need to work smart to achieve your goals. We are no longer living in 1913 or 1990. We are now in 2026. So we have to embrace technology, embrace the new ideas on the table and new tactics, new strategies to achieve our goals or our objectives. So it's not just working hard, because there will be hard work. You cannot run away from that. But you must also incorporate smart technology, incorporate the smarter options. Because if working hard was the eat all, then the carpenters, the masons, right, the fishermen, the people who will be out there in the sun from time to time, who will be toiling, and their work is really hard. They would have been extremely rich and extremely successful. But there are people who just simply do things smarter and achieve a lot. So again, I want to encourage you to work smarter, right? Work smarter. Let us get into the meat of this morning's conversation. I want to say to you, finally, you can now tour Project 500. You know, the government of Grenada started this project to at least build 17 homes, different styles, so our Grenadian brothers and sisters here in Grenada and in the diaspora can view them. They would know the price to build them, how long it will take to construct that home, and you can deal directly with housing authority and they would construct that home for you. So the tour commenced, and let me play a little piece, the promo for it, and show you three out of the 17 or so homes. And they may do 3 in this type, 3 in that type, 3 in that type, so just giving you an insight.
Project 500 is inviting the public to experience the future of housing in Grenada with guided house tours at the Dunfermline pilot site. Scheduling your visit is easy. Visit project500.gd and click Schedule a Visit to choose your tour time. Spaces are limited, so secure your spot early.
Right. So it's easy. Easy like 1, 2, 3. Right? If you want to visit the site to see the homes, all you need to do is to go on.
Project 500 is inviting the public to experience the future of housing in Grenada with guided house tours at the Dunfermline pilot site. Scheduling your visit is easy. Visit project500.gd and
visit project500.gd. project500.gd, and you can schedule your tour when you want to go to look at the homes, to see which one you may like housing authority to build for you.
Click Schedule a Visit to choose your tour time. Spaces are limited, so secure your spot early.
Right, so please check that out, and let me just show you at least 3 of the homes. So let us start with the cinnamon model.
I'm Randall Dolan, project sponsor for Project 500, and here we are standing right in front of one of the cinnamon models. So it'll be a privilege for me to give you a very quick tour of this home and show you why a lot of people are loving it. On entry, we walk into the kitchen, living, dining area. We make sure we utilize the space very efficiently, ensuring that the kitchen is all contained onto one wall with lots of cabinets, space. Living area is this entire space. In this area right here, again, you have a lot of windows to allow for a lot of light and ventilation throughout the home. This home features 3 bedrooms, 2 bathrooms, and also a dedicated laundry room, which I think is a great touch. In the laundry room, your laundry washer dryer would go right here, and then you also have lots of cabinetries for more storage within the home. The first bedroom features more large windows, which is going to be a theme throughout this entire home. But this cinnamon model comes with built-in closet space. On entering the second bedroom, it's almost a mirror of the first. This one also provides adequate storage space. So again, it's important that we are energy efficient to allow for good airflow throughout the rooms. You also have the wiring and ducting in place to add the split unit air conditioning units or a ceiling fan if you want additional cooling. This is one of 2 full bathrooms. This one will be shared between the 2 rooms. Great use of space right here with the sink and toilet on one side, the full shower on the other. The fixtures on this is actually pretty good because you get the 2 options of, the shower head on top, and then you also have the portable one, the handheld one. And this, of course, is the primary bedroom with an ensuite bathroom, much larger closet space, and a much wider room. So you can decide on multiple spaces where you would like to put your bed. But in this case, the television is wired right here. So more than likely you can put your bed on this side and enjoy a lot of light, or even on this wall as well with the 2 nightstands on either side. But its whole design is to give you a lot of options. And then you walk into the ensuite bathroom, which is a great touch. Gives you a little bit more bathroom space, but again, the same type of finishing and design that you would have found in the first hallway bathroom. So thank you for joining me on this tour of the cinnamon model. Its efficient use of space and well layout design definitely is making it one of the favorites. However, we have so many more models for you to tour, such as the Bay Leaf, the Maison, the Sapodilla, and many more. So we look forward to welcoming you and showing you some of these homes and getting your feedback, which will help the site all the way forward.
Right, so that's just one. Let me show you another. Briefly, let me show you another so you can have an appreciation of what you will see at the site. right? This one is the Sapodilla model. Right, so this is a Sapodilla model, and then we have the old-fashioned way, right, with the concrete and on, the old-fashioned style. Let me get that here. All right.
And we're also going to be assessing the traditional type builds. This is a good old concrete house from local blocks. Everything sourced and purchased locally. Nothing was imported. And of course, this is the more traditional type homes that we are familiar with in Grenada, built from concrete. So we also included this on the site. We're trying to see how we could make this home more efficient in terms of price and energy efficiency. So this is also one of the models that will be assessed and determine ultimately if we're going to roll this out on a larger scale as well. But it's all part and parcel of the project that we did all of this on this site. So we sort of testing all of them together on the same location and determining if it is a viable solution, something that we want to continue with at some point. So stay tuned, stay connected with us at Project 500 through our website, our socials, and through the media. And we look forward to welcoming you to the site and showing you and sharing with you this wonderful project that will make housing for most Grenadians a reality.
Right, so that's another model. So the tours, they're on. You can go on the site. Let me play it again for you. All right, project500.gd and book your tour. Book the date you want to tour the site and select that house you want Housing Authority or Project 500 to build for you.
Project 500 is inviting the public to experience the future of housing in Grenada with guided house tours at the Dunfermline pilot site. Scheduling your visit is easy. Visit project500.gd and click Schedule a Visit to choose your tour time. Spaces are limited, so secure your spot early.
Right, so Project 500, project500.gd. It's easy, like 1, 2, 3. And you will be able to go on that tour and select your home. And they will tell you the price. All right? They will tell you the prices. So you go and you would see the prices. They will tell you how much it costs to build. You get a breakdown and everything like that. And I think they have designated areas that they will be building those homes. And then they would roll into the private aspect of things. Like you have in your private piece of land, they can construct that home for you. But you see, for now, they're looking at designated areas. It makes it easier, faster, and the price will remain the same. But if you have a piece of land that's slopey, for example, maybe it's not flat as Dunfermline, because Dunfermline, where they construct these homes, it's very flat. So, or just a little grade. So if you have a piece of land that's in a very slopey or mountainous area, then that might be a challenge. The cost might be more to excavate and to do X and do Y. So that is why they have certain areas that they intend to build in the initial stage, right? And then they would move to constructing homes on private properties. But I know that would come with some challenge because we are not like Barbados. We are mountainous. It could be very tough in some areas. You have to excavate, you have to make it flat in some areas, cut in, and so that could be costly if your land is in certain place or located in certain places. But again, it's a good move by the government because housing is a need, not just a want. A lot of people are in need of a house, but they don't want to encounter the builder or the contractor. They don't. They want housing authority to just build it for them. They pay for their house and you build it for them. So you assess the land, you make sure that this is what it would cost. If you have to excavate, if you have to remove boulders, if you have to, and then the cost of the building itself. Because the cost of the building would not change in terms of, the price. But if you have to remove boulders, if you have to excavate, then of course that would change. And then if you have to bring the infrastructure to the place, some people don't know that. If you purchase a piece of land and they already have roads and they already have pipe borne water, they already have electricity, they already have internet and that kind of stuff in the area, then it makes it easier for you to build. You don't have to pay for or pay Grenlec to put a pole and put lights, put electricity there, and sometimes poles. Sometimes you have your land in certain places. You have to purchase poles to get there. And then I think sometimes you have three-phase current and all kind of type. And that would bring up the cost. And if you have to build roads to get to that location again, because some people, they have the land, but they don't have roads there to get there. So you have to build a road and put up poles, bring electricity, bring water. But you see, and material prices will change over time. So it would not remain the same cost forever and ever. You go to the hardware today and you purchased a piece of steel, maybe 5/8 for $36. And you go back next week. Some people would say to you, next week, in a couple of days. But let's say you go back next week or next month. And that same piece of steel, some of them might be 20 feet or 19 feet, 8 inches or 6 or 7 inches, some 20. So you go back and that same piece of steel cost $38 or $37, $2 increase or $1.00 increase. So price would not remain the same. You have to bear that in mind. What you paid to build a house 10 years ago, you might be paying a 5% more now to build it, the same house. So, folks, you have to bear all that in mind. They will tell you the price of the house because what they try to do is to make it affordable. So it took a shorter time to build, and the materials, they use different types of materials. So they testing, but they're also doing it with some resilience because we're in a hurricane-prone region. So they're building it in certain ways so it can withstand, certain hurricane force winds and that kind of thing. So a lot of technology is involved in it. All I'm saying to you is it's a good opportunity to take the tour, to learn about the homes, the price range of all the homes. One you may love. It may not be one that you can afford, right? So you may have to choose another one, but it's a good opportunity to go on the site and take the tour, Dunfermline. And they're clearing lands in Dunfermline, besides where they constructed the 17 homes, right? Different models, different styles. They actually did some land clearing at the top end because they build roads there. They bring the water, they bring the electricity. It's not just like that. They had to transform that place and bring the infrastructure there. Same thing everywhere they go in terms of the designated sites that they will be constructing. So it's a really good project, and a lot went into it. And I hope you would appreciate that, and you would take the tour to see which one you would love. But I encourage you to take the tour. Go on project500.gd, project500.gd online, and put in your information, select your date, the day that you want to go on that tour. There are certain requirements. Definitely, you can't just go there with your slippers. You may need a hard boots with a little steel tip. You may need, well, I think they would provide the hard hat for you. They may provide, that kind of thing, right? I don't know if you, or maybe you just need a shoes that is prim and proper. So if anything fall on your toe, you also may need to go on the site with long pants or something long, not no short thing that go fly all about. And, because you don't want to go on the site and then have to sue Housing Authority or Project 500. So they would tell you all of that on the site. All right. Maybe I could even go on the site now. Let me see. www.project500.gd. Right. So it takes you straight to the site. Project 500, discover. Right. Let me see. Right. So toes. Right. That. So if you scheduling your tour, right, so it's right on the site, it tells you what you have to do. Good? It tells you what you have to do. So you go on the site and you can, all right, home ownership, take the first step on your path to home ownership. Right, find out, build a greener future. So they have stuff there. Schedule a visit right in the corner. Schedule a visit. So you click schedule a visit, Project 500, Dunfermline project, a pilot site, house tour registration. So they would ask you for your name. They would ask you, all right, let me read what it says. Thank you for your interest in Project 500. We're excited to invite you to a guided tour of the model homes at Dunfermline pilot site. Tours begin Monday. Well, it started already Monday, January the 12th, and will run Monday through Saturday for the next 4 weeks. So you're behind for the next 4 weeks. Each tour is conducted in 1 hour, in a 1 hour session. So it will be 1 hour for each tour, allowing you to explore the home designs, ask questions, and experience the vision of Project 500 firsthand. Please select the day and time best suited for you, right? Or best suits your schedule. Your name, first name, last name, your email address, and your phone number. That's all they want. Nothing more. Nothing too detailed. Your first name, your last name, your email address, and your phone number. Once you enter that, it goes next, and then they would ask you the day you want to go, the time, basic things like that. All right? So it's easy. Once you go on the site, all you need to do, go on www.project500.gd, and right at the very corner of that page. For me, I'm looking at the computer, so it would be the right-hand corner, and you'll see schedule a visit. Then you go straight in. I love that, making it very easy. So even if you overseas and you know when you come into Grenada, like the time you come in, maybe you come in the next 4 weeks, But that's just for the tour. After, you will be able to contact Project 500. So if you're not able to do the tour now in these 4 weeks, right, you will be able to contact Project 500 to book and to get, to purchase a home, all right, for them to build it for you. So again, it's a good opportunity for you to go on the site, schedule an appointment or a tour date, go and check out the homes. I want to applaud Ronald Dolan, the project sponsor. I want to applaud Hugh Thomas, the chairman of Housing Authority, and the entire board and the team at Housing Authority and Project 500. This is a big thing. This is needed. It's not a want, it's a need. A lot of people are in need of a home. And it's a good opportunity because there are some contractors that you don't want to deal with. And I'm being honest, because some of them could be crooked. They would, and I would not go more. All right? Some of them you don't want to deal with them. Some, again, they're very honest, they're very sincere, and they would not chaff you. They would not steal from you. They would not, while they build in your house, they take in your materials and build something for themselves. There are those who are not like that. And there are those who would give you a price and they would stick to it and they would deliver the project on time. But there are those who are crooked like hell, who would make you go crazy. And the mistake many people would make is to give these people a whole pile of money up front. And they would tell you, well, they would fix it. They would deliver the first phase, second phase at this time. And then you end up in all kind of kakakoko, as people would say. So definitely, there are contractors that you don't want to deal with. And especially now, you have some people, they just became all of a sudden contractors. So Hurricane Beryl, just like Hurricane Ivan, after Hurricane Ivan and Hurricane Emily, you had a lot of people who just became contractors. Same thing, Hurricane Beryl, a lot of people became contractors. And a lot of them, they're not honest. They're not honest. There are a lot who are honest, who are sincere. So I'm not piling all of them up as one. There are some sincere contractors and builders. So dealing with Housing Authority, that's a statutory body. If they tell you this is the time they will deliver, then they have to deliver. All right? And we know there might be a lot of rain. There might be challenges. But once you engage the homeowner or the investors, some may call it, they would understand, because we're in a region where rainy season could be a hell for building, for construction, right? The dry season is the ideal time to build. But still, some projects take a period of time, all right? But these homes, they happen quite quickly. They happen quite quickly. They don't take a long, long, long time to build. And they will tell you how long it will take. If it's 6 months, or if it is 5 months, or 4 months, or 9 months, they will tell you, which is really, really good. And they will tell you how much it would cost to build. Nice. So I want to applaud Housing Authority. I want to applaud Hugh Thomas, Ronald Dolan, and the entire team. I think it's a good move, just as we have Project Polaris to construct that new hospital and that, health and wellness village that would get going shortly also. And I want to applaud Andrea St. Bernard, the project sponsor for Project Polaris. I mean, they're doing a fantastic job. They're getting there. That is what you want. You want the country to be transformed. And it will not happen overnight, but at least start. And we have seen that. We have seen the start of the transformation in a big way. This morning I laughed somewhat because some people believe by calling a radio station every morning and accusing the government of this and accusing the government of that or attacking a minister, and they're all allegations, all unfounded things that they would put out there. But they believe by doing that every morning, calling a program and blah, blah, they would change things or they would see the back of this government. They believe that. And look, I can tell you, those programs, they were wrong during the last election campaign. They were wrong. Those same programs, calling programs, but NDC still won the election. And even if those programs were heavily supported by the NNP during that period, NDC still won bigly. And it was a shocker for a lot of these same people. So I want them to know that Grenadians are seeing the transformation and things are happening for our people. Things are happening for our people. Because if you go to Carriacou and you speak to people about the Windward jetty, it was a small boat thing and it was not proper. Now the government is building a proper jetty facility for the people of Windward and the people of Carriacou and PT Martinique on a whole. You look at the fish market at Windward. Who repaired that? Who modernized that? Who makes sure that that facility is what it is today? Again, the NDC. You look at the airport, the Lauriston Airport, and that will be renamed very soon. But you look at that airport, the night landing and upgrading that facility. The NDC is doing that. You look at the hospital. Look at the kind of upgrades done to the hospital. The clinics in Carriacou. The schools that were rebuilt or refurbished. The police stations. Right? The roads. Look at the amount of roads that were done. Look at the amount of build back better houses. Look at the amount of houses generally that they're building for these people. The good people of Carriacou and PT Martinique. So things are happening for them. And the amount of jobs and opportunities, the traditional boat building is back. Thanks to who again? The NDC. And, the partnership with TAMCC and so on. Look at the TAMCC students from Carriacou and how they're treated with respect. They're given assistance so they can go to school right here in Grenada.
For decades, the jetty served as the primary maritime link connecting PT Martinique to Carriacou and, by extension, the rest of the Grenadine Islands. It remains the main transit point for residents of PT Martinique, many of whom depend on daily boat travel for access to employment, education, healthcare, commerce and government services. Minister for Carriacou and PT Martinique Affairs and Local Government, Tevin Andrew, says plans for a new jetty were being considered prior to the hurricane. However, the complete loss of the old wooden structure has intensified the urgency for a modern, resilient replacement that can better withstand extreme weather events.
As you can see behind us is here, they're removing the piles. After the piles are removed, they will be installing new piles. And of course, the jetty will be much bigger than what existed before. The intention is that we have better connectivity between PT Matnik and Carriacou. As it stands, it's very difficult to commute between Carriacou and PT Matnik because of the non-existence of the jetty and the challenges faced in Hillsborough, etc. Mind you, the first phase is to connect PT Matnik to Carriacou to make travel easier. But the long-term vision is to connect the Grenadines to Carriacou, because it's easier to come into Windward than to go all the way to Hillsborough.
Minister Andrews explained that the project will go beyond the construction of a simple jetty.
Is that it's not just building of the jetty, we also will be building a commune building so that people that are traveling back and forth can have a safe place to relax, have something to eat, drink, so that they can refresh themselves before traveling or after they come out from the required destination.
The redevelopment of the jetty is also expected to bring significant economic benefits to the Windward community. Improved access is projected to stimulate small business activities, support fishermen and vendors, and enhance opportunities for tourism and inter-island trade, while creating short-term employment during the construction phase.
See lots of economic benefits, especially to the businesses of Windward. I see new businesses emerging here in Windward as a result of the investment that we are making.
Once completed, the new Windward jetty is expected to restore and strengthen the vital maritime connection that underpins daily life in PT Martinique and Carriacou.
Yeah, so that's a good piece by GBN there. So that jetty is the lifeblood of, or will be the lifeblood of the people of PT Martinique and Carriacou, the Windward Island, the Windward area, not Windward Island, the Windward area there. It will bring back some life into that area, which is fantastic. And I love the fact that it will be sheltered. You see they build stuff and it's not sheltered. But I love the fact that it will be sheltered, so they're going to get some place to shelter. And you speak to some people and they still tell you nothing is happening. Yeah, even here in Grenada, the NDC is doing a whole pile of stuff to help our people. And you speak to some people and they will tell you nothing is happening. Yep. And you ask them, but you had to go and do exam again to get an upgrade on your driver's license. You're not doing that. You go after 5 years on the road and you pay and you get an upgrade on your license. So you're saving. The passport that you have, it used to be 5 years. Now it's 10 years. And it's not too expensive to get. It's way cheaper if you're double the amount you're paying every 5 years. Right? And they have one. But still nothing is happening. And then you speak to them and one of their family member is a police officer who got pay and grade, a better salary coming in every month to that police officer. And still to them, nothing is happening. Then you speak to them and a nurse might be in their family, or maybe they're actually a nurse who got $500 more or an increase on the uniform allowance and so on. $500 more in the salary or an increase in the uniform allowance. But still to them, nothing is happening. If you ask them, then one of them might be a doctor in the family who got $1,000 more on their salary every month. Still to these people, nothing is happening. You might be using the basketball court or the netball court. They light that up, they renovate it, or maybe the playing field, they light that up, they upgraded it, right? You can go and have night football and cricket and other things like that. Maybe you're a beneficiary of a bathroom and toilet in the WASH program, or maybe you got internet, a device, and training in the JUMP program, or maybe you have a daughter or a son who goes to TAMCC or who went to TAMCC and benefited from the free tuition policy. Or maybe you have kids who are still going to school and are benefiting from the free hot meal program, right? Or maybe you got some material assistance to renovate your home, right? Or maybe you got some assistance as a small business owner during the CES program, up to $30,000. Or maybe you're assisted through GIDC or the Grenada Development Bank with concessionary loans to get your business going. Maybe you are a farmer who benefited from the payout after Hurricane Beryl, or concessionary fertilizer, or concessionary plants, or the breeding program, or the coconut replanting program. It's a whole pile of stuff. Maybe you're a beneficiary of that. Or maybe you just got some work in the construction field, because there are so many things happening. Opportunities are being created for you. But still you speak to some of these people. And it's like, okay, Grenada name is not out there in any corruption or any conman or any crook came here and conned the government of Grenada of millions of dollars. We're not hearing those things. Those things are not happening. They're not. So I'm saying, and that's just me kind of picking and choose some stuff, but there are so many things that have happened for our people. We have more flights coming in and out of Grenada. This thing is not happening by guess. We have more cruise ships coming in and out of Grenada. These things are not happening by guess. They're the hard work of the GTA. They're the hard work of the government of Grenada. It's not happening by guess. See the completion of the Moline Road project there, the Monkuma Road project. Then you see the project at Old Fort, at Fort George, that is coming on nicely. Then you see the pipeline and so on, that project to bring water to the south of the island, to modernize the sewage system that they have. So work is happening, and then there would be a total resurfacing of the roads from the airport all the way back to St. George's, and then all the way to St. Andrew, the eastern side, the western side. So then the quarry, Reno quarry is coming up, quarry plant. So a lot of things are happening. A lot of things are happening. I'm saying the NDC, what they've done is to transform this place, improve this place. They continue to pump resources to keep the cost of living down. $40-something million they pump into the economy. Then you have the bi-monthly salary payments. You have the increase given to public officers, right? You have the regularization of public officers, making them permanent. Pension was paid to those pensioners who were marching in the streets. I met a lady only recently. She said, look, she retired and she got a gratuity on her pension. Because the people who are retiring, they're getting their gratuity and their pension. Then you have the unestablished workers. They have a pension to fall back on when they retire now, thanks to this administration. Thanks to this administration. There are people on government lands. They're now getting regularized and getting their plan and their deed. They have title for it. Look at the amount of money they're pumping into pre-elastiny for the farmers. Look at the amount of pre-elastiny officers. They have a new name now, but it's still to protect the farmers. 50-something or 40-something of them. They get vehicles. They have the technology that they're using. They're following up with farmers. They're following up with vendors. They want to know where you purchase your stuff from. Look at the help given to fishers after Hurricane Beryl. So things are happening for our people. Things are happening for our people. Everything can happen overnight. Everything can't. But things are happening. Community centers are being refurbished. You go into community centers and a lot of things are happening there. You have so many youth programs. It's a whole list of them. The Empower program. 400 young men into that program. Every year, they orient and bring in more. The elevator program, the youth bees, it's a whole pilot program, the youth in agriculture, the women in agriculture. A lot of programs taking place, a lot of training opportunities for farmers, for fishers. So things are happening for our people. So hold fast to that. Everything cannot happen overnight. If you believe that it can happen overnight, well then NNP been there for 23 years and a half. Why didn't they fix everything? Why didn't they fix everything? In a short order, they couldn't do it. So don't believe that the NDC could come and just fix everything overnight. But things are happening for our people. Things are happening. Look at the amount of scholarships. Look at the amount of scholarships. Millions and millions of dollars pumped into scholarships every year. Every year. So we have to be grateful. We have to be thankful to the NDC administration. They introduced Spanish at an early level in primary school, foreign language. They bring back Grenadian history in schools, right? Look at the free tablets. Is it laptops and ebooks, that program. Almost 4,000 students receive that. A lot is happening. Plenty of things are happening for our people throughout the country. You have more sporting activities now than ever before in community sporting groups, cricket, basketball, PAN. The government is trying their best to roll out PAN even in Mount Pleasant, right? Carriacou. Is it Mount Pleasant? Mount Royal or Mount Pleasant? Mount Pleasant is down there. Mount Royal. Right? So PAN in St. David, PAN in the rural parishes, right? PAN, they're bringing back PAN in those communities. And then you have play areas for families to just go and recreate with their children. They're bringing those things into those communities, which is great. So a lot is happening for people. Thanks to the Most Honorable Deacon Mitchell and his team. They continue to work diligently to bring opportunities for people. Folks, I want to wish you all the best. Have a wonderful day. I'll be back with you again tonight in the hub, starting from 8 in the PM. Don't forget the cannabis debate is on from 9 in the Parliament.